Hello everyone. In the last video, we only saw how to develop a minimum API working program with a GET request. But in this video, we are going to see how we can use other request methods such as post, fetch, delete, and put as well. You can see here in the last video, we never connect with database. We only end the request with the server. If you set up the index file once, you no need to go to the index file anymore. I just close the index file. And here in app, I'm going to write another get method. So I just copy this coding and paste it. But here I'm going to change as user. So if someone send a request with our port number 4000/user, we want to say hello, this is user request. See what will going to happen. So I close and run the server again. See, still I am getting the hello world. So what went wrong? Just cut this one and paste here and restart our server. You can see in order to restart the server every time, I have to type not space index.js file. So in order to fix this one, there is one library called nodemon. So whenever you change anything in your code, that will automatically restart our server. This is the official documentation for the nodemon. You can see nodemon is a development dependency. That's why we add node dev. What is a development dependency? If you are using development dependency, when you are going to run your application in production, you no need to keep the dependency. It's only helpful when you are developing application. I copy this one. I open a new terminal and clear this one. Paste it here and hit enter. After that, you will see I'm going to open the package.json. This will create an entry in here, but the entry will come with dev dependencies. See, our nodemon installed successfully. You can see here in the package.json file, there are one entry created. The entry is dev dependency because while we are installing the nodemon, we add dev tag. In order to use nodemon, we have to type one script. That script called start. Then I have to type nodemon, then our base file name. In our case, in our base file name index.js. So I again go to the app.js. In the VS Code, I enable autoserve. So whenever I change anything in our code, I no need to click save. It automatically save. So here I clear the console. Here I am going to run the server. After we install the nodemon and at the entry into the script, we have to type npm start. If we type npm start in our package.json, that will trigger this start. Then automatically nodemon.index.js start to run. I just hit enter. Now our server is up and running. So now go to the Postman and send the request to the 4000/user. You can see here now we are getting hello, this is user request. So I'm going to cut the user. Now I am going to send a request. See, we are getting hello world. So if we keep our slash as a first listener, that's directly send the hello world. That's why we can able to get the hello, this is from the user request. And another thing in Express, we can use routes. We can use routes to send the request. So in order to create the route, I'm going to create one folder called routes. Inside the routes, I'm going to create one file user.js. So here I'm going to import the express. Then I'm going to call the router interface. You can see router is an interface. Here I'm going to type router dot get slash second one. I have to pass request response, and next is the function. Response status code 200 is a success code, then JSON object. The same message I type here, I cut this one. So here what I want to do is I cut all the things here, and I want to call the router here. So in my router which I created before, that's called user router. Here I'm going to use the capital letter. So in our user router, which is inside the user folder, so in order to call that one, you can see here the router folder, after that slash the user. Then I have to copy this one and paste it to here. And another thing we forgot to do, actually we have to export the router in the router file. So I'm going to the router file and module.export. Then I have to export this router. So I paste it here. You can see according our coding changes, the server automatically restarted. So now I am going to the Postman. I am going to send the request to the 4000. See, we are getting hello world and user. So this is working fine. As of now, we only using the get request. So we will going to use the first put, fetch and delete request. So what I want to do is I copy this one, I paste it. So I'm going to change the request name here, post, put, fetch, and finally delete. So here I'm going to change the name as well. So we don't need to change anything here. Just go here. I just change the request here. See, first request, put request, fetch request, and finally the delete request. So all the requests are working fine. I hope you will get the idea about the router. Using router we can access all the request methods. So whenever we send any of the request from the Postman, we never get any logs. So we only get the Nodman server is running. In order to get the request logs, we have to install one package. The package name called Morgan. You can see Morgan is a HTTP request logger middleware for Node.js. So I'm going to install the Morgan. So Morgan is installed successfully. So now I'm going to the app.js file. Here I'm going to declare my Morgan const So Morgan is a middleware. So we have to use the Morgan in the middle of the request. I'm going to type app.use then Morgan. So now I am going to send the request from the Postman. You can see I get the log. This is the delete request. This is success code is 200. Then it's time. So let's come here. So you can see here, whenever we send the request from the Postman, we will get all the logs. So I hope you guys now you get the idea about the Morgan. So Morgan is a middleware. So we can see all the request formats and the times. And thank you so much. This is my YouTube channel. If you guys like the video, just hit subscribe button and like the videos.